My name is Jason Simard, and I am the founder of Sims Coaching Systems. I'm here with my co-founder, Joe Moretti, and we're here on the 7-Figure Real Estate Podcast, the podcast you didn't know you even needed. Everyone, get your notepads out. Let's go. We're going to bring you value week over week, and we're actually going to be a lot of fun, and we hope to make you laugh out loud. Subscribe to our channel. Check the content out. If you're looking to take this to a whole nother level, we got you covered. Joe, we're back.
We're back, Jay.
I have no idea what episode this is, but I don't know.
I think it's in the teens. I think it's in the mid-teens.
All right. Well, it's good to see you, man. You're looking
Good to see you
sharp.
too, pal. Hey, I try.
Looking slim, looking
I
fit.
am.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Shoot, pal.
Are your clothes starting to feel looser?
Little bit, which is nice. And the thing is, like, I didn't get on a scale or anything because for me, it's not about losing weight. It's about gaining muscle mass, sleeping better, and energy. That was kind of how I was gauging it. So,
How would you rate your energy these days?
I'd rate it at probably like an 8 or a 9, but
Nice.
it's an 8 or a 9 all day long.
Love that.
All day long.
Guys, you should be around this guy right now. It's incredible. I'd say for most of our working life together, you probably sustain a 6.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's like an 8 or 9 now. It's a whole nother level. It's super inspiring to be around this guy. That's exactly why I really wanted you to kind of like get into that fitness journey and just like take care of yourself. You look great, man. Like, I
Thanks,
think you're a
man.
handsome guy. I'd never fuck you, but you know what I mean. You're a good guy. I love working with you,
appreciate
but your
that.
energy, man. And it's like, I feel the same way. I literally feel like I sustain a 9, almost some days a 10 level of energy all day.
Yep.
And it makes impact. Every single person we talk to, just being able to have the energy and to really give it. I mean, when you're coaching, you're doing 10, 12 coachings a day. Every single time you need to show up and you need to perform. And so being in the best physical shape you can be has helped that a lot.
And a lot of those calls have like 40, 50, 60, 70 people on it. So you're always on stage. And I got to say, man, I owe about 10% is me showing up, but I owe 90% of my fitness actually to you, man. You're the guy that's, and it's cool that you say I inspire you with my energy, but you actually inspired me to be a better person. So I kind of watched you for about 4 or 5 months actually get into it. I saw what it did to you. And like I said, man, it inspired me to actually be kind of a better person. And in essence, it made me a better father, husband, friend, business partner. So yeah, man, appreciate it. But honestly, back at you. Like, you inspired me to be a better human. So
Love that, man. You know, I think it's so important that you have relationships and friendships where the people inspire you in some way. And I've always had this thing. All my close friends have one superpower that I want to improve in myself. Your superpower, Joe, is your ability to tell a story. You're the best at telling a story. You can like literally hold the attention of a room, and you are a chameleon. You can get along with anybody. And I love that about you. You know, I strive to be able to do that better. I strive to tell a better story. I never will reach your level because it's literally one of your best superpowers, but I strive to be there one day. You know, producer Paige has like this super soft, caring side. She's a nurturer, right? I love that about her. I never want her to change her personality. I think that's super important, you know? Producer Ryan Zinger, this guy gets obsessed over the dumbest little details, but they're really important to him. And I love that. Like, he's that guy that just like wants to know everything about stuff. He wants to do it right. He wants it done right. And I love that about Ryan Zinger. You know, it's really cool. So every single person that I meet, instead of focusing on who they're not, I'm focusing on like who they are and what's their superpower. So a theme for today is when you're interacting with people, instead of like always looking at the thing that you don't like, maybe look at the thing you do like, and you'll start seeing people differently. And we all have different sides to our personality. Like me, I can be that really intense guy that's like, let's go. But I can also be that super sensitive, emotional guy that's like, hey, I really genuinely care about you, to a point where I like get emotional talking about it, you know? And I think it's important to recognize that we all have different hats that we wear, and we'll adapt our energies based on the people that we're with. You know, that super assertive energy that, you know, I love getting into, probably not going to bring that around Paige if her and I are just hanging out one-on-one. You know, she'll probably bring out like my more soft side, which is kind of nice. It's comforting because I can just kind of let all my guards down and just be that sensitive Jason around her, which is really neat, you know? And think about your relationships with your partner. They bring probably different things to your relationship, right? Like you and your wife, Jen, she probably brings that like calming energy after dealing with an intense office space like what we have where we're pushing each other in that gym environment, isn't it nice to go home to somebody that just brings you nice peace and tranquility for the most part?
Yeah, no, absolutely it is. And I think it's so important to find somebody who's not like you, right? Somebody who complements you. I think you need that in your friendship circle, business relationships, for a spouse, partner, friends. I think that's so important. So many times we look at people and like, yeah, you know what, Jay, I'd watch your puppy for you, or I'd go for a beer with you on a Friday. But again, does that inspire me? Does it spark joy? Well, no, right? Sure, it's a common tie, but so important to find people that complement your personality type, right?
Yeah,
That shelter from the storm, or that person that really lifts you up if you've got kind of like that low energy level too. Because I think sometimes misery loves company. So if I had sort of a natural, like low sort of energy level and I was hanging with other people who had that same sort of low energy level, what would happen? Right? Nobody would elevate and rise up. So really, really important, right? Find those people that complement you, especially in a business role. I think that's super important too. If you had a bunch of people who were sort of complacent and they were in a room together, well, what greatness is going to come from that? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Like, what is going to come from that?
Yep. Can you imagine if you and I weren't in here at 7:30 every morning saying like, oh, no, man, not right now. I'm just doing my activities. Oh, no. Hey, I got to get these pieces of content done. Let's do them together. Can you imagine if we didn't do that every day?
We could sit here and be super unproductive.
Yeah. Or
super productive.
Like
this morning, Joe's like, hey, how's your... I'm like, Joe, I'm doing my thing right now. I got to get these things. Because the reason I do that is not because I don't want to talk to you. I love talking to you. It's I made a commitment to myself, and I have multiple people that I've made a commitment to that I have certain activities that I do every day before 8:00. And because it's so important to me that at this stage in my life, I do what I promise that I'm going to do. I make my commitments that I make. It has given me a lot of confidence. Mm-hmm. And here's something too, when you're leading multiple companies during very volatile times, you have a lot of stress that you carry, and there's a lot that falls on your shoulders that a lot of people can empathize with, but they can't relate to because they don't have that level of pressure. Most people just have themselves to kind of look after. For me, I'm constantly thinking about 28 different families that I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm being my best version of myself. I need to make sure I do the things that I say I'm going to do. I need to constantly be thinking ahead. Mm-hmm. And so that weighs on a person. But what helps is the disciplined activities. By me doing what I can control daily, it stops me from getting in that place of anxiety and stress. And I think many of you would probably perform better in your life if you stopped thinking and started just doing things that are within your control with discipline and consistency. And so I have a easy way that I win every day. You know this, mm-hmm. and the audience probably knows this too. But I do my workout Monday to Friday. I do my workout at 6. I have my personal trainer and my training partner there waiting. So I know that I need to show up. I'm not going to not show up. The other thing that's really important is we're tracking the workout so we can see our progress week over week, which is really important. And then the other thing is I have a measurable activity plan where I reach out to 5 realtors and I do 2 gratitude messages every single morning before 8. And then I do 2 pieces of Instagram content. And I don't sit there and overthink and think, oh, is this the perfect piece of content? I may have thought of the topic literally on the spot, maybe on the way to my workout that morning or the night before, and I'll take a little note and think about it. But that's about it. But what this does is it means that I win every single morning. I can start feeling like a winner. And then I go into my first Zoom call knowing I've accomplished something that tangibly over time is going to lead to some very incredible results. And you do the same thing.
Yep. By 8:00 every morning, every day, 8 a.m. Man, I'm at the gym, 6:00, 2 minutes before 6, right? And I'm there because I've got a personal trainer waiting, right? And for me, that's more important than my workout buddy. My workout buddy, he's there I'd say 65% of the time.
Working on him.
We're working on him. But for me, it's about my commitment to that trainer, right? It's my personal brand if I don't show up. Because for me, the last thing I'd ever want is somebody to be like, yeah, that Moretti, he didn't show up, right? He's Mr. Glass. There's always something wrong. He's not showing up. That's my worst fear. So for me, it's my commitment to somebody else that drives me and pushes me. And then I'm back in the office by 10 after 7, and I actually shower in the office. And then I'm 25 after 7, man. I'm here. I'm ready to go. Have my protein shake. I kind of catch my breath, and then 7:45 to like 8 a.m. I'm like, measurable activities, content, gratitude, done, right? And then we tick the box, goes up on the whiteboard. And I mean, I love that we do that, but we've created an environment where that's the minimum standard, right? And I think for so many people out there, they haven't created that environment where that there are any minimum standards.
Right.
It's like the Wild West. Do whatever you want.
Standards get met, by the way.
Oh yeah.
When you set standards in your life, they actually get met.
Expectations do not.
Yeah. And if you're like, oh, I'm going to try, or, oh, no. If you set a standard yourself, just do it. Now, here's the thing. When you do this consistently, your self-esteem improves. Because you make commitments to yourself and you see them through, you feel very like the endorphin rush that you get from that. It's like a sense of satisfaction. You feel really good. And so what happens is when you compound that day over day and you're consistently just doing the small commitments that you made to yourself, it transforms you. So if you're somebody that like struggles with a little bit of self-esteem, set some achievable goals that you can for yourself that day, but just go and hit them. And then come back and tell me if you feel better. For example, like if you've been putting off making your bed, maybe like you're super depressed, but like literally like that's where you're at. And your goal today is to make your bed. Make your bed. You'll feel better. It's a first little win. Tomorrow you're going to make your bed, and you know what? You're going to go for a little walk. Maybe you're going to walk around the block. Just do that. Boom. You now have momentum. The next day, you're like, you know what? I'm going to make my bed today, and I'm going to go for a little 15-minute walk, and I'm going to reach out and just tell one person that I care about them today. Boom. Another day of momentum. And just slowly over time, just start getting back to winning on the little things in your life, and understand that it's like small compounded effort over time, and it just compounds and it improves. But you'll start feeling way better about who you are as a person by just doing what you say to yourself. It's amazing how much it transforms your self-esteem, the way you think, the way you interact with people. And it's really, instead of saying, oh, I'm a loser. No, you're not a loser. You just need to honor the commitment. Just do it. The courage always comes after. It never comes before you do something.
For sure.
So let's segue. We're in wave 2 of our Sims Academy.
Yeah, we are.
The class size has tripled, which is amazing. We're having incredible results from people that are going through the academy, which is, we knew that would happen, but it's really nice to see it in real time. I mean, wins are happening all over the place. People that are implementing and doing the things that we're coaching them to are seeing results. So let's talk about some of the things that we're going over in the academy that we're starting to see huge impact. So one of the first things that we really like to do with our academy members is what, Joe? What's one of the first weeks look like?
So what the first week looks like, and again, we're now in week 2 of round 2, and it's been amazing. Like our very first Agent Academy, we had maybe 20 people, 25 people, and then numbers kind of sort of dwindled a little bit. But here, man, we've had over 50 people per session, like going strong. And the very first thing we cover are the things that I think people struggle with the most. And it's the simple, basic company standards. Number 1, leveraging your sphere. I think that's something people struggle with. I truly do. Because again, people have kind of expectations, but now what we're doing is creating standards. Now, something to remember, a standard to an expectation is what fact is to fiction. One is, it happened. This is what I'm going to do. It is measurable. It is trackable. You can verify it. Versus, well, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I guess I did. Right? Big difference. So we're helping people build scalable company standards. I don't care if you're a team of 1 or a team of 100. It's the same standard. So some of the things are helping people get out into the community, learning how to ask for referral, when to ask for a referral, how to leverage that massive marketing pillar of sphere, network, community, referral.
Let's actually talk about that.
Yeah.
So somebody asked me in the academy today, well, how do I ask for referrals? Well, I said, first off, start off a conversation with somebody, hey, Joe, what's new and exciting? How's the family? What's been going on in your world, right? Like build some rapport, be curious about what's going on in their life. they're in turn likely to be curious about what's going on in yours. Now, if you guys work with us, you know that we're big fans of consistency with content so that people are seeing your stuff consistently. Well, a lot of people that you're going to reach out to in your sphere are probably on your social media. So they're seeing your stuff when it comes to real estate and everything else. And what they're going to do is they're going to start saying, hey, I'm seeing your stuff all over the place. Looks like you're doing really, really well. And they're going to be curious about you. Now, here's a simple script. If you're listening to our podcast right now, write this down. This is exactly how you can ask for referrals. So I would say, hey, Joe, can I ask you something?
Yeah, for sure, Jay.
Kind of just off the record. And you know that you're a good friend of mine, and I really appreciate you as a friend. And you know, you doing business with me has zero impact on our friendship. So I just want you to know that. But I'm curious, Joe, if you were thinking of buying or selling, or you knew somebody that was, would I be the person that you would refer to?
Again, two outcomes. Number one, yeah, Jay, absolutely, man. You know, I respect the business that you're building, and you know, I work on referrals too in my industry. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, perfect. What's another outcome that could happen?
You know what? My brother-in-law's in real estate, and I'd probably end up using him first. It's a family thing.
No problem. You know what, Joe? I love the fact that you have somebody that you know, like, and trust. If that ever changes, if there's ever a time where you maybe question the advice or you're looking at a second option, obviously, you know, I'd be honored to be that person. But our friendship has never been conditional on you using me as your realtor. I love you, man. You're a good friend,
Yeah.
and that never changes. So I never want things to be awkward. Now, guys, this tells you right now who you need to maybe spend more time nurturing the relationship with, and who maybe you'd spend a little less time on the business front nurturing the relationship. It's a simple strategy, just asking the question, right? Hey, if you were to do some buying and selling, would I be the person that you would consider? And then see how they answer. Really simple. So that's a way that you can work your referrals. Now, please, guys, don't just expect your friends and family to hire you. If you've done nothing to nurture the relationship, you've done nothing to bring value into their life outside of real estate, they're not just going to call you just because, right? If you're not putting out consistent value to your database, to your social networks, they're not just going to call you. Don't be a ghost. Be consistent in putting out value. Become top of mind. Build yourself as an authority. So it's another thing that we're teaching our academy students is how to take disciplined, consistent, measurable action, not overthinking, and just doing. And what happens is over time, people know that you're in the game. All of a sudden, people know that you're an authority. And it's built off my playbook. It's exactly what I did to build Sims Real Estate Group. I consistently put out value every 2 weeks, right? I did a helpful tip video. So if you were a home buyer or seller, I gave out value. Building my authority, top of mind. Second thing is I gave market information that was valuable for people to understand and know. And then what I did is every time I got a listing, I made a big deal of it. I looked at what were the standards in my market, and I thought, how do I set the standards on another level? And I had 2 key themes that I wanted. Number one is I wanted to emotionally connect buyers with the asset, the property. And I wanted to make sure that I was also building my brand, and anybody that was viewing the video knew exactly who was behind the marketing. When my clients would share their listing video on social media, they knew that Jason Smart and Sims Real Estate Group were the people that were marketing the property. So you have 2 opportunities here. You're marketing the home and you're marketing yourself. And I did that with discipline and consistency. What that led to, Joe? 205 sales in year 2 in real estate. Pretty cool, you know?
That's amazing.
But again, it didn't come from sitting there overthinking. It came from just discipline, consistent action. Another thing that we're working with people on in the academy is skills training, right? We want you to understand how to have world-class conversations, uncover needs in an advisory approach. We never recommend just shoving a product down somebody's throat. We recommend understanding a client's needs. Joe, what are some of the open-ended type questions that we're teaching people and practicing people with people?
So a huge one. So again, what is it about this home that stood out to you? Right from our sign call script. So let me ask you, what is it about your home that's really not working for you that had you reaching out to us to begin with?
Gold right there.
There's another one.
Yeah. Objection handling, how to handle objections like a boss. You know, when people are giving you those common objections, using things like feel, felt, found, right? Teaching people how to acknowledge, explore, understand an objection before handling it. Once you understand it, then making the appropriate recommendation and then checking for satisfaction, right? Handling commission objections.
Oh yeah. And you know, one of my favorite parts is listing process.
Yeah.
It is like, I would say that one of the number one things that new agents struggle with. How do I value a home?
Yeah.
Is it a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a balanced market? How do I know?
Right.
How do I have the conversation? Do I need a presentation? Should I bring something in on PowerPoint?
Right.
What do I do? How do I, I've got a relationship with you, but I don't have a relationship with Natasha. So do I focus on you and I? How do I bring Natasha now into that circle and make it look like it's not like you and I ganging up on her? How do I do that? So I think such a key piece is listing skills.
Absolutely.
I think that is so huge.
Anybody that takes our Sims Academy, I can guarantee you will walk away. If they implement the systems and processes they learn, they will be world-class agents when it comes to buying, when it comes to working with listings. They're going to learn how to generate business. So when it comes to like prospecting and building business, they're going to learn marketing strategies to be top of mind. And not only that, they're going to learn negotiation strategies. I love teaching that part. Like for me, that's one of my favorite things is like the art of being able to sell the story to the other party, right? Like being able to get their clients bought into the story, being able to articulate information from the other party and making sense of that with your clients. So we cover so much in our Sims Academy, and it's the exact same training program that we put our own agents through with a 97% success rate. We're really, really proud of that. And when we say 97% success rate, we mean taking an agent from scratch and getting them to six figures in their first year or first 2 years. Honestly, I think the lowest we've had anybody that did the whole year though was like in the $90,000 range.
Yep.
But like consistently we're getting these types of results, which is pretty awesome. And what's really cool is the engagement that we're getting in the class. Like you have live facilitators like myself and Joe and people that understand the business that are there to answer questions. The mastermind that's being created, the accountability groups that we've now created with everybody to keep them focused on what they need to do on a daily basis. And I'm going to say this. Here's something that I want to kind of end today's show on. Are you surrounding yourself with people that give you energy, that make you be a better version of yourself? Or are you spending time with people that are taking your energy, that are constantly putting their woe is me problems on you? And my challenge is question the relationships that you surround yourself with. Question the people that you put around you. If they're not helping you on your journey to being the best person possible, I hate to say it, but you might want to think about removing them from your life. Now, that doesn't mean you no longer are friends with them, but it means you no longer put energy and attention into that relationship and you focus it on others. If I can't share a piece of good news going on in my life with you and have you genuinely be happy for me, I hate to say it, but you're probably not a good friend.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's funny, talking about, excuse me, like talking about like weight loss and things like that. Here's a true life example. I'd mentioned it to a couple of people. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting into a fitness regime. What do you think, for the most part, a lot of the people that I kind of hung out with that I consider, I can still consider really good friends, what do you think their response was?
Oh, you don't need to lose weight. Why are you doing that?
Dude, you look great, man.
Yeah.
You look awesome. Like you're 43. Like you look great. What was your response?
I was like, Joe, I know you're capable of more. And I can say that because we have that relationship, that brotherhood where we can be very honest with each other. And I realize like there's people that I might have a relationship with that I wouldn't say that to, but with you and one thing that like has helped us become better men and like better business partners is the fact that we have that same mindset and we push each other. And I'm not going to fluff things up because like, here's the thing, Joe, me telling you what you want to hear isn't going to help you become the best version of yourself. It's not going to help you grow as a human. I'm not here to help to have you win a participation ribbon. I'm not here to have you not achieve the goals that you've set for your family. The legacy I want to leave behind is not that, Jason was like the nicest guy ever, but like nobody succeeded around him. I want my legacy to be like, you know what? Jason was tough. He pushed me, but like he led by example and he helped me be the best version of myself. If I could achieve that one day when I lay my head down and it's my final hour, and I can know that I made impact and that I helped inspire people to be the best versions of themselves, that's the legacy I want to leave. That's what motivates me. That's what fires me up every day. How do I become a better version of myself? You have to understand, when I look at you, I look at somebody who is at 5 out of 10 of their potential. And I say that with you being as successful as you are, seeing how much upside you have in life. And so I could not live with myself as your business partner, not trying to help you untap that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that you could get to, and understand some people would look at that and be like, you're a jerk. Why would you say that? I'm like, because that's what I see. I see potential in people. I constantly am that guy that may recognize something in you that you don't even see, but I'm that motherfucker that will push you if you want it. If you want it. If you don't want it, I'm not going to push you. I'll leave you alone. But if you want it, I will be that guy that pushes you to be the best version of yourself, because I respect people that do that with me. I want that. I don't want a participation ribbon in life, Joe. It drives me crazy. I want to know that I gave it my best shot, and that whatever I left out there, when I lay my head down, I don't want to look back with regret. And that's so important to me, and it motivates me. And I try to instill this in my kids. I try and instill this in the people around me. Some people get it, some people don't. But I think you get that, and you see that with me, and you know that at the end of the day, push comes to shove, I'm going to be right there with you, And I said this to a student the other day. I mean this. Somebody could come along and offer me $100 million right now and say, listen, you can turn your back on everybody that's here. Here's $100 million. And I'd say, keep the check. I don't want it. I love the journey that I'm on. I love the fact that everything we're building, we're self-made, and it's not perfect. I love the messiness of it. I love the volatility that it comes with. I actually genuinely can say that I'm enjoying the journey of what we're building together and the imperfection of everything we're building. But it's really inspiring to be around people that I would honestly take a bullet for. 100%. Gunman is there. I won't even hesitate, because as the leader, it's my duty to go and take that bullet. Just like a captain, when you're a captain of a ship, you've made a commitment that if the ship goes down, you're the last person that gets off that ship. You get everybody else off the boat. And as a leader of our companies, I will be the guy that takes the bullet. That's just the way it is. That's the way my mentality is, and that's what I bring to life.
And for anybody who ever watches some of the behind the scenes stuff we do, now we know what you will take a bullet for and what you will not take a bullet for. So
oh boy, there's a lot of, I love to have a good laugh too. That's something. I don't take myself too seriously. Some people don't like my sense of humor. Maybe some people love it, but I'm me. And at 39 years old, it's pretty cool to just say, you know what? I'm comfortable just being myself, and I understand that not everybody has to like it. That's fine. I just want to be around authentic people all the time. I don't like people putting out a fake persona. Even though at the end of the day, I have these different facets to my personality, there's parts of my personality that actually enjoys and appreciates all those facets.
You're like a transformer, man. You never know what version's going to show up. Is it the truck or the robot? Who knows?
Exactly. And that's
some
fun.
hybrid. That's why we love you. Keeps it on our feet.
But guys, listen, if you're tuning in right now and you're looking to level up in your business, you are at a point where you've plateaued and you're not seeing the results that you're looking for, why not give us an opportunity to talk to you about your goals and how we can bring value? One thing that I've always committed to anybody that books a consultation or wants to learn more about what we do is I will always leave you with value. So at least you can take something away that makes you better. So that's important. If any of the things we're talking about resonate with you, check us out, simscoachingsystems.com. Check out our Sims Academy. We have our 7-figure program that we have launching now. We filled the spots for our first wave. We're going to start building our second wave for March. So if that's something you're interested in learning more about, you definitely want to be a part of it. So if you're somebody that's in that kind of 250 to almost $1 million zone, but you're kind of plateaued and you're really trying to figure out how to turn your income from more active, meaning you're exchanging time for money, to more passive, meaning that you have a leverage in your life, I want you to be part of that academy. I'm running that myself. Joe's going to be jumping in at some points as well, but we're going to help you guys systemize and leverage your business. It's one of my specialties. It's something I thoroughly love doing. And if you are somebody that's also at a point where, you're considering an inside sales agent in your business, we have our ISA program, which is phenomenal results. You guys know we built Sims Real Estate Group on the ISA model. We have 3 ISAs that do over 200 sales for our team. It's something that we've consistently run for 7 years. We've taken the principles that work for us, and now we can help you bring on your own inside sales agent, well-trained, well-coached, and help transition them in your business and to help transform it. So a lot of really amazing things that we're doing at Sims Coaching Systems. We're really proud of it. But if we can help you in any way, please don't be a stranger. Say hello. Always provide us comments too if there's something you like or didn't like. If you agree with me, disagree, it's fine. I love people that have opinions. It's all good.
One day we'll do a segment on the mean comments that we get, because there's a few. There's a few out there. I will say you may get a couple more than me, but one day we'll read them.
Joe gets no hate. It's always me, because I know that I'm the controversial one. Joe never gets a hate.
I get the love, man. I get the love, and you get the check your facts, man. Which are freaking hilarious. And we did get one piece of very valuable feedback, so I think we can implement it right now.
What's that? Somebody
noticed how we sign off on the podcast and actually said, like, you guys changed it. Now we kind of do like the peace sign, yeah. But we used to do this.
Fist pump.
Yeah. So maybe we should go back to the fist pump.
All right.
Hey, let's make it a standard.
There you go. Well, that's a wrap.
Love you, pal.
Love you too, man. Cheers.